I recently learned about a community garden here in Glen Ridge called Freeman Gardens, and it's been flourishing since 1935. I'm also told that there's a really cool connection between our project house and these gardens. And what a great welcome. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Jen, welcome.
Thank you. You want to tell me about your gardens here?
Sure. It was a garden planned in 1935, and it was an estate garden, and the family passed away in '67, and the heirs gave it to the town for the community.
Oh, that's fantastic. So what's the layout of the place? Like, what's here?
So we have a formal rose garden area. There's a woodland walk up in the back.
Okay.
Up here is an Italianate niche area
Like
where
more
there's
formal?
more formal.
Okay.
With a dolphin fountain spitting into the pool.
Cool. So what's the connection with our house project and these gardens?
So the Freeman family owned the corner house,
Okay.
and they developed the gardens. But their first house in town was your project house that you're working on now.
Wow. So that's when they first came to town, and then they went out in the community and did all of this.
Yes.
Now it's community gardens, right?
Yes, open to everybody.
Okay. Well, I would love a tour.
Sure.
All right, let's go check this out.
So here's our koi pond.
Beautiful.
I have the clumping bamboo. I put that in 2 years ago or so, but all the bushes I put in recently, the hakone grass, is great because when it does grow large, it undulates in the wind.
Yes.
As it blows, and it's movement, and it looks...
And it doesn't get too big, too, right?
No,
It's just
no,
like
and I
other
keep
layer.
control of it. I have a ginkgo tree over there, which
I
to
saw
me is
that.
very Asian,
Yes,
so
yeah.
it'll fit well with the pond.
Yeah, that leaf shape.
Right, and hopefully it'll grow big enough so kind of shade it also. Would you like to see the rose beds next?
I would love to.
Okay, so these are the rose beds that were laid out in kind of an arts and crafts style, which was very prevalent back then. We have about 100 roses in here. This bed was once roses, but I reclaimed it to put some annuals and perennials in here. We have gladiolas, which
Beautiful.
come up every year for us. These are dahlias, but I have to dig the tubers up, store them in the chicken coop over the winter, but then I plant them out again and they thrive.
Then you don't have to buy them again, right?
Well, that's it. That's it, saving the money. This is Joe Pieweed, and this just thrives. The bees,
very
the
happy.
butterflies, everything loves it. It's a really great plant.
It gives you some nice height, too.
Yes. So this is our vegetable bed. It's not as big as it was during COVID, but we have a couple tomato plants, some basil, strawberries,
Yeah.
some different stuff.
And it looks like repurposed stone here.
Yes, this stone came from a house in Bloomfield that they tore down. It was from 1760s.
Yeah.
So this is all hand-cut stone.
What a great way to make a raised bed.
Yes, it is, and it's heavy, though.
I just want to say thank you for the tour, and I really love how you involve the community, and you're doing a really good job
Yeah, thanks.
resurrecting and keeping it to the state it was supposed to be in.
Well, thanks. It's a labor of love.
Of course, always.